Hey, it's been quite a while since I've done a daily dirge video. Um, it's actually been like I think over a month. Uh, in the meantime, I went to Tunisia, and I spoke a lot of Tunisian there. And since I've come back to Israel, I've switched to the Levantine dialect, Shami. Because just it's more relevant to the region I'm in, right? Everyone speaks in Levantine in the Levant. It's crazy how that works out. So I figured that sort of to kick off, I made some little notes, and I figured I'd like discuss 10 differences between Levantine and Levantine Arabic and Tunisian. So Arabi Tunsi and Arabi Shami. 10 differences. So the first one is what was that? Okay, is Barsha versus Ktir. So when you want to say, so I'm going to start off with just basic word switches, right? So if you want to say a lot of something or very something, a lot or very, like I love you a lot is Nehebek Barsha or Behebek Katir. Like in Tunisian you say Barsha. Barsha does a lot of heavy lifting, and likewise in Shami, Katir does a lot of heavy lifting. The next one is how to refer to your work. The Tunisians will call work khedma. Khedma. Nimshi l'khedma means I'm going to work. Ruh l'shogli is I'm going to work in Levantine. Shughl is the word for work in Levantine. So khedma versus shughl. The next one is a really basic one. What? The word what for Tunisian and all Maghrebi Arabic it's shnua, and for Levantine it's shu. On the side, yeah, this is reminding me that also the negation, like if you want to say, to negate something, like so for Levantine, for Tunisian, they have the suffix, or the prefix and the suffix, like meh, and then a sh at the end, like men hebish. Whereas in Levantine, it's just meh beheb. It's not. There's no sh suffix. But yeah, I guess that's a freebie. The next one is another just basic substitution. This has confused many Levantines as I throw this in often. So the word for now in Tunisian is tawa. Tawa is now, and in Levantine it's halla or halak, depending on whether you pronounce the kaf. So the kaf is pronounced differently in various forms of, like, in Tunisian it's almost always a qa, or sometimes a qa, and in Levantine it's often a guttural stop, like qahwa versus ahwa. Okay, the next one I have here is mizien is hello, right? Mizien, if you want to say like something is cool or sweet, or or you want to say someone's like good looking, so you say mizien in Tunisian, and in Levantine you say something like hello, like how's it going? So like if you want, or like let's say you wanted to say yeah, that was a really cool video. You'd say video mezien versus video hello. Okay. The next one, so there's the word for okay or well in Tunisian is behi. People say behi a lot. In Shami, so there's actually two words. For okay, you'd say tamam, and for well, you'd say meneh. Meneh is also a word in Tunisian, but behi is what people use for the most part. Similarly, for things that, there's one word in, so let's double click on this one word in Tunisian, multiple words in Levantine. There's also the word for, so in Hebrew, for instance, the word for walk and go are the same word. Holech means to walk and to go. And in Tunisian, it's similar. If I wanted to say I'm walking, I'm walking, I'd say nimshi. If I wanted to say I'm going, I also say nimshi. In Levantine, that's not the case. In Levantine, the word for go is, I just want to say I'm going, it's baruch. And if I want to say I'm walking, it's bimshi. Okay, so that's one such case. Now, another thing that could be confusing is that in Tunisian, the common word used for fish is hot. Now, hot in almost every other version of Arabic means a whale, not a fish. Sumak is a fish. So if a Tunisian would tell a Levantine that he went and caught a fish, right? So it's, he bought a fish, sharit hot. So he's picturing, you coming back, with a manatee on your roof and or blue whale and telling your wife to cook it up for dinner. Wouldn't not exactly the same thing. Sumak is a fish for almost, I think, every other version of Arabic other than Tunisian. Another thing, it's down the multiple words thing, is that Tunisia often has a pattern. Now, this pattern is in all Arabic, but Tunisians, I think, make an art out of it. And that is, Tunisians are known to squash whole sentences into words, into one word. The most famous one, I think, is the Tunisian greeting, Shnahwelik. Shnahwelik means, how are you? Shnuahalik. But they just say Shnahwelik, and it's just one word squished in the whole thing. Likewise, Shibik. What do you, Shuandik, what do you have? What's the problem? What do you have? You say Shibik. Or Shafama. What's going on? Shnuafama. Shnafama. By the way, the Levantine word for fama, for happening, or there is fi, not fama. But okay. One last difference, and then I think that's it. That's all I have here. Is the word for I want in Levantine, the word for I want is bidi. Bidi gag. You want to say I want coffee? Bidi ahwa. In Tunisian, the word for I want and the word for I like or I love are the same words. So you wouldn't say bidi, you'd say nehib ahwa, And contextually, we know if you meant you were romantically involved with coffee, or you just wanted to go to or you just went to a cafe and want to order some. So, like you say, I like my coffee like I like my women, black and bitter. Meaning no one has any trouble realizing that you may love your wife and love coffee, and one you're essentially saying you desire coffee, you want it, and the other is you're saying you have some sort of emotional attachment. So yeah, those are the 10, and I think I threw in some more differences between Levantine and, not the 10, but 10 random differences between Tunisian and Levantine Arabic. All right, see you next time.